Welcome back. Growing up, at some point, you've likely dealt with your share of bullies, am I right? Well, how about we work on changing the narrative and spread kindness instead? This afternoon, we have Dr. Katie Peters along with Reverend Ruth Clendenin to talk about the upcoming event aimed at doing just that. Welcome and thanks for being here, Ruth and Katie. So let's start with you, Katie. Where did this all start? This is a program called Beat the Bullies coming up
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
Okay.
Sunday. It was birthed out of a request to speak to the youth group at Christ Presbyterian Church who had voiced some concerns about bullying, both probably that they had experienced it, and someone from the church reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to speak to their youth group, and I said absolutely, but it's really not a youth issue only anymore. It really is a societal issue, and adults need reminders as well, so I suggested we open it up to all ages, and the church has been so gracious that now it is open to the public, and we have a really good program planned.
Well, Ruth, how long have you been at this church, and how long has this bully thing been an issue?
Well, I think the bully thing has been an issue for as long as we've been alive.
Kids are kids, aren't they?
Kids are kids, but also adults can be adults. And bullying happens anywhere and everywhere we find in society. And so I've been at the church about 2.5 years, and it's been quite a ride for me. This is the church where I grew up, and so I bring quite a little bit of history to that. And you know, remember back in the day, and thinking about, you know, just growing up and what issues I had, you know, growing up and the bullying issues and everything. And, you know, things haven't changed. As much as things change, they all stay the same. In some ways, it's human nature. Now, you deal with it with Washington local schools, so your employer, you deal with bullies when they come your way. What do we know about bullying?
Bullying is actually very tied to self-esteem. And I think a lot of people think because someone appears confident that they couldn't possibly have low self-esteem. But self-esteem actually shows up in your choices, in what you allow, what behaviors you allow, and the way that you conduct yourself. So you can look great and know you feel spectacular on the outside, but if you are allowing behaviors that are below your moral compass, that's a sign of low self-esteem. And the truth is, people with high self-esteem don't make others feel badly.
Ruth, from a reverend perspective, from a church perspective, what advice do you have for parents in trying to deal with their child who may have those tendencies and to prevent them from becoming a bully?
Well, I think that there's a lot to be said for love and kindness, and you know, the kids learn it somewhere, and sometimes, unfortunately, they learn it from their parents. And I think that, you know, being aware of it and having an awareness of, oh, gee, maybe I could have done something differently, or how can I interact differently, and showing their kids how to be aware of their own choices and interactions with people. Can be one thing. And then I think that, you know, specifically, you know, if a kid is really struggling, and Katie, you can back me up on this, I think the most important thing is that we love our children and really be able to love and support them through the next step and say, this isn't working for you, let's try something new.
Okay, so you're doing a Beat the Bullies program, 6 to 7 at Christ Presbyterian this Sunday.
This Sunday.
Tell me, is anyone invited? Tell us about this, what this is, and what you're expecting to do.
Well, at Christ Presbyterian Church, all are welcome, and we try to worship with joy and grow in faith and serve with love. And so this is one of the ways that we're reaching out into the community, and everybody is invited to come to this event. You can register. You can go to the church website, which is cpctoledo.org, and register right on the homepage there from the church. Katie, are there other things that I'm missing?
Parents, bring your children. This is a great opportunity for families to have really good discussions about what it looks like to have good practices and good behaviors that you can be proud of.
And you'll be there, you'll be talking to people too?
Absolutely. 1 hour, and 1 hour can change your life.
That's so great. Listen, hope you have a great turnout for this, because it's a really good idea. And, you know, again, all of us in our lives have faced bullying to a certain degree. Most of it as children. Unfortunately, there even are adult bullies, as we all know. But best of luck to you. Again, Beat the Bullies at 6 to 7 coming up this Sunday at Christ Presbyterian Church. Ruth, Katie, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.